Good morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw-Doering, and I'm back from vacation. That was nice. It was nice to have some time off. I see there's lots of people in the chat this morning. Everybody's ready for the Jentel, and I do have Jentel. I don't quite know what it means with the in the news this week, but we'll just have to see how that plays out. Good morning, everyone. Too many names to mention. I see you all in there. I'm not streaming to Facebook today because my streaming service said that I can't do that today. So we're not. Oh, and look at you, like my shirt? Stronger than the storm. I think it's printed crooked. I've been messing with it, but I don't know. Anyway, so I leave for a week and everybody panics. That's what happened. Everybody panics. Well, we were told last time I got the Jentel, I think it was 424 or 422 or something like that Iraq would post a rate in a fortnight and that we had a delay of 2 weeks. And so we went through our 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks today. And we knew that was, during the 2 weeks, everybody panicked. Oh my God, nothing's happening. What are we going to do? Well, we're in a delay. So nothing was going to happen. And then you get everybody going out there with the fear forecasts and everything. And oh my God, what if it never happens? Talking about the RV, talking about the financial transition, and all of the political involved with that. It's still happening. So there is no need. You can throw a fit, run around, scream, panic, all you want. It's not going to change anything. Just going to get it out. No. Be considerate to people when you're doing that. You have no idea the way your actions and words affect other people. And I want to thank Sue Rose, who always types up my Jentel for me, just like lickety split, just like that. I send it to her, and so she gets to see it first. But she always types that up for me, and I want to say thank you, Sue. All right. Stronger than the storm. That's what we got to be. And I was thinking about that, and we really do have to be stronger than the storm. And we're sitting around waiting on some storm. Where's the storm? Who's going to announce the storm? You're in it. You're in the storm. Now, there may be some post someday that we're all waiting for that tells us, oh, the storm is upon us. We've been living through the storm. And I do believe someday we'll look back on these years, especially late 2019 through 24, and call it the Dark Ages, or call it the storm. And you all have been strong, and you're still here, and you're still kicking, and you made it. And yeah, it's getting a little close to the precipice. But we're here. And we made it. And you are all survivors, and you are all fighters, and you would not have come into this lifetime to be here now if you were not a strong soul. So you should all be proud of yourselves. I'm proud of me. Kind of proud. I mean, it's been hard. It's been hard. And yeah, I have days where I want to go out there and I'm like, are you there, God? I mean, is anything going to happen? I am very aware there's a lot happening behind the scenes. So I feel for me to come out and say nothing's happening feels very disrespectful. That's how I feel about that. Because we're just not aware That's like going through your whole life and, there's food on the table and there's a roof over your head. You always had everything you needed and everything else. And, just to say that your parents never did anything for you. It's not true. You just didn't see it. And everybody knows that. And everybody gets mad when you start talking about that. I don't give a crap if you want to get mad. That's the truth. And we are coming to the precipice. We are coming to the climax, of this storm. And sometimes it feels like we're in the eye of the storm, and it's very quiet. And we're like, okay, there's all this acceleration, and now what? Well, what happens? Hits you again. So, the best way to remain strong is to drop all the lists that you have, all the badges that you wear that say, I've got all these reasons, and it's been all this time, and this is why I can't go on anymore. Well, that's nice. Stop keeping your lists, because the absolute truth about life is that every moment before now is absolutely gone, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Not one thing. You hang on to your knowledge, and you hang on to the memories. Drop everything else that doesn't serve you, because right now, today, all we got to do is live one moment after another. And that's how you do it. And there is nothing more powerful than the power of prayer. I'm living testament to that. So just because things haven't happened for you yet doesn't mean they won't. But there's always a good reason, and most of the time, we don't know what that reason is. And that's just life. Now, you put yourself in a bad situation where you can't carry on anymore, and you made decisions that put you in a place where you are going to financially crash. Maybe we should take a look at that. Maybe there's some things you can still do to fix that. Maybe you carry on a little longer. And that's a hard thing to hear. Did I run up the credit cards? Yeah. Did I pay them off? No. Could I pay them off? Yeah. Still sitting there because of my principles. And I'm like, oh, well, that's going to get wiped away. So we'll just throw it on the card. Well, it's there. I did that. I own that. If I want to change that, I can. In a big way, real fast with a refinance, which sucks because of the interest rates, but I could do that. As of this moment in time, this is where we are. And where you're going is absolutely up to you. And how you want to feel in every moment that comes after now is absolutely up to you. And if you want to open your heart to God, to Jesus, and say, hey, maybe I didn't handle that too well, and maybe I'd like to do better this time. Could you carry me through this one? Because I really screwed up. I do that all the time. I take a look, and I've got my hands all over my life and my situation. I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to fix that. I'm going to take care of this, and I'm going to take care of that. I got everything under control. Everything's under control. And then I get to a place where I'm like, yeah, yeah, I may have screwed all that up. I may have totally screwed all that up. I have no idea what I'm doing. Come into my life and let me see your work. Let me see your good work in my life. I'm going to take my hands off of it and let you do it. Now, for something for the RV, there are many hands in that. There are many people making decisions. There's a whole lot of free will going around. And that's why we've had delays. Some of the delays have been for your better for your good well-being. And the waiting sucks. Valid. And the feelings are valid. And the frustration is valid. But are they constructive? No. They're not. So where are we going? What are we doing now? How well are we going to handle it? We're going to make everybody around us miserable? We're going to make everybody watch us lose our shit? No. That is not why you came here. And for some reason, I signed up to be the girl that you watched today that just taught you that. And that's my part. Not here to save the world. I'm here to kick your ass into gear and bring you closer to God, and that's my favorite thing to do. And I don't have a lot of time today. And I don't know why the hell my camera keeps doing that. I keep messing with the settings, and it won't take the new camera, and so we're just going to have to deal with it. Beacon of Light. That ever from day one, since I wrote the children's book, all my groups, my shows, until the Fallawsophy thing, it's been Beacon of Light. Why is that? Well, where are you sent if you're a beacon of light? That's the goal. Into the storm? Yep. You can all be beacons of light. And every moment does take a lot of personal control. And that's something that's learned. Worry about all the times you didn't have personal control. Because like I said, all those moments are gone. All we have is right now. And choices about who we are now and where we're going. And we have every opportunity to make that a wonderful place. So as I watched all the negativity, I popped in and out during the vacation. I'm like, no, put it down. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be relaxing. I'm not good at relaxing. I get bored. But, and I don't want to say it's all men, but most of them are men, okay? Because women, if you're a mom, we learned that a long time ago. Just when you want to rip your hair out and fall down and cry, you can't. Because you got somebody who needs to be fed. You got somebody who's looking at you saying, Mommy, what do we do now? Oh, everything's going to be okay. Put on a happy face and we carry on. And we've been learning that for a long time. So, listen to the moms. Because they're experienced at getting through. And I'm not saying men aren't. Don't get me wrong. But too many times they've had a mom or wife or somebody who had to hold it together emotionally and be the rock while they ran around through a fit. Prove me wrong. Ever so often, the man is the rock and he's the calm one in the family and blah, blah, blah. Yes, that happens. Don't come emailing me, telling me you're whatever. Because I tend to be a little feisty. You come running at me, you'll lose. Okay. I'm just going to tell you. All right. So we got Jentel today. Not really sure how this whole Jentel thing's going to turn out. Never am. I can just find the banner, and we should have had the banner for the Thoughts Over Coffee, but I'm sure there'll be more. All right. This is Jentel for May 7th, 2024, and I would like to thank you all. I mean, I just had a waterfall of birthday wishes and love coming at me, and those that know me really well know I needed that, and it was great. And thank you so much to everybody. That was wonderful. Okay, interdimensional meditation with Archangel Michael and Gabriel by Jennifer Fallaw-Doering for May 7th, 2024. RV, let's get right to it. Now, if this pops up later, today is May 7th, 2024, and I have not revealed anything. This is psychic input. Okay, I do not have any inside contacts about this, and take it with a grain of salt. Iraq will post a new rate anytime between now and the 11th. Tentative plans always. I kept hearing the 11th over and over again. 11th, 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 11th. Sometime this week. That is the plan. As of this moment in time, I did not hear about any more delays. Now, here's where we get into the good stuff. The bank screens are at $4.11. So you've got the in-country rate. Then you've got the bank screens. Then behind that, you've got the redemption exchange screens for the redemption centers, okay? The bank screens are at $4 US and 11 cents. Psychically, I got that from Archangel Michael. Redemption screens are between $11 and $12 for exchange for the dinar right now. Let's all just sit with that for a second. Right now. I don't give a crap what anybody says. They're all under NDA and they're lying to you. All right. They are waiting for the redemption screens to be at $14 to go. It is rising every day. He said, and what they said to me is that it's rising a point every day. And I'm like a cent every day? Apparently, no, it's bigger than that. He said the rate change in country will make the back screen rates jump higher. And that'll get us up to our $16. And if you get $16, who told you that? Hang on. See, I do this thing where I glow sometimes. Just kidding. Who told you that? Somebody did. Anyway. Really, really positive about that. I was really excited about that. Really made me happy. He said everyone is ready and been notified to be ready for exchange. So all those working in the exchange have been notified. Whether you get people leak that information or not, it's a very critical time. I'm glowing again. Thank you. I don't know. Now, there's been a lot of talk about them dropping the zeros going to 76 cents in country. I asked about that. I said, are they going to drop the zeros, go to 76 cents? What are they going to do? He said, no. They're going to go to the old rate, which was, and he said $3 something. So $3 plus in country rate. They're going to go back to an old rate from years ago. They're not going to drop the zeros. That's pretty good. That's good news. So, don't lose hope. Side note. Years ago, I always had this lottery dream. I'd get stressed out and I'd sit in the tub and I'm like, oh my God, let's dream about the lottery. Okay. let's not think about this situation. Let's dream about the lottery and what I would do and everybody I would help, and I would set the whole family up and everything. And then when I started meditating, I went in and I talked to Archangel Michael, and I said, I mean, is this lottery dream of mine valid? I mean, I just feel like someday I'm going to get there, you know? And he said, it's going to be bigger than you ever imagined. And then he smiled at me. I'm like, really? Because I can imagine a lot. I mean, I could imagine a whole lot. But I've been reminded of that lately. Yeah, it could be fantasy. I don't think so. And it's not the lottery. I'm starting to think it's this. Because when I got led to doing Mike's show and introduced to all you people, of course, him and Dave were asking me questions, like, well, I'm doing the dishes and everything else, for his show for a very long time, and did not even give me a cool code name. Never gonna let him off the hook for that. I was just an anonymous source. Anyway, and then he finally asked me to do the show, and I'm like, after a while, I'm thinking, why was I led to this place? It's not my thing. I'm all about bringing people close to God, psychic, developing your intuition and your true divine connection. I don't really, I use the word psychic so you can understand what I do, but really more of a prophet. Just don't like the ego attached to that. I'm like, why was I led to this place? And I didn't really know. I'm like, I never even discussed politics. I didn't look in it. Everybody would fight when I was growing up. I didn't like politics at all. I just avoided the situation altogether. Somebody started talking about politics. When I voted for somebody, I'd take a real good look at the person. I'm like, no. Rage, nothing but rage I see in that one. That one's a liar. Then Donald Trump came around. I was like, wait a minute. This guy does what he says, and he says what he means. And so I voted for him. And I looked at Hillary Clinton at that debate, and I'm like, what's she up to? What the hell? Something's going on. But why would I be led to this place? And then for me, someone who doesn't invest in anything, I'm like totally task at hand kind of person. All right, what do we need? Does everybody got what they need? How much money we have to save? What do we need for bills? That's not practical. Really can't do that. I can't take a whole bunch of money and throw it into something that could never happen. I need to take care of people now. Didn't have stocks. Didn't have silver. Didn't have anything. And then everybody's talking about this RV thing, and I'm answering the questions, and I'm like, yeah, it sounds valid. And then one day, bing, I think I'll buy some. And it kind of grew. And I'm like, this is so out of character for me to do something like that. I think this is my lottery. I do. And when I think about it, I have to force myself to come around in thought to think about what I would get for me. Because it's all about okay, well, I do this for the kids and that kid, and then, we got to do something for the sister, and then, but it's fun. It's really fun. It's like freedom. It's like, wow, could we really be that comfortable? And is that really okay? Yeah, it is okay. And I do believe this RV thing, although not all, but most people that the hands that this money lands in, thinks like that too. And so there'll be a ripple effect from that. And everything that happens, you have to remember that the RV is just the beginning of Nasara Dasara. They're not going to call it that. I've said it all along. They'll probably call it BRICS or something else. But it's a cleanup of all the corruption in society. I'm making things the way they should be. And if I go in there time and time and time again and ask the same questions and really put my personal feelings aside and get these positive answers and get this detailed information. Have I ever been right about anything? Well, I'm really trying over here. And how could I be so wrong about this and so right about everything else? It's just the timing. It's just the hands that are on it. It's just things, numbers are floating, rates are floating, everything is moving right now. And it's taken a long time. It's been a shitty storm. But, and I'll get to the rest of the Jentel. I just kind of went off on a tangent there. And today, again, I went in there. I said, Michael, get through to me. Don't let me put words in your mouth. And this is what I got. They're going to go back to the old $3 and something rate and post it in country. And that's going to justify all the back screen rates. And it's going to jump them up more. Something is posted or happening with that country to allow for these kind of back screen rates. Think about it. And it's only the public announcement, because once you do that, once Iraq does that, everything else goes. We're into exchange, then we're going to go, we got to get the guy out, and then we're going to go to gold, and it's all going. Once you start this, you can't stop it. And so I do understand, okay, well, if we start it now, this happens, it's going to screw the whole thing up. All right, I'll wait. I don't want it screwed up. So, review on this before I go into the news this week. Iraq will post a new rate anytime between now and 5/11, May 11th. Tentative plans. Mike Barra, if you come at me on the 11th and say at like 9 a.m. and say, oh, it hasn't happened, Jen, what do you have to say? I will kick your ass. All right. The bank screen rates are at $4.11. That is the second tier of the first back screen bank level. $4.11 for the Iraqi deal. Redemption screens are at between $11 and $12 right now. They're waiting for the redemption screens to get to 14 for the Iraqi dinar, and then they'll hit it. And then those back screen rates will jump higher. Everybody is ready and been notified to be ready for exchange. Rate change will be the old rate of $3 plus. All right, in the news this week, I don't understand most of this, but that usually happens, and I get Jentel confirmed. So if anybody sees any Jentel confirms, let me know. Something's coming tumbling down. Michael said tumbling down, and I said what? He said stocks. Stock exchange comes tumbling down. Pretty sure it's this week. Or within a week. It's Tuesday now. So, let's put the pieces together, shall we? So, if Iraq posts a rate and everybody else goes, what's that going to do to the dollar? And what's that going to do to the stock exchange? The other thing Michael said and showed me are waters rushing. Waters rushing. So I think we're going to get more flooding. I really don't know what that is. It could be tides. I don't really know. Somehow they always throw in some kind of weather event in the news this week. So waters rushing is what he said. Now these are just all bullet points. There's going to be news about Russian warships. He said not to worry, it will be explained away as training. Now this is interesting. Ex-CIA exposed. Ex-CIA exposed. This one, not so good. Evacuations. I believe that's in the USA. I'm not sure. All he said was evacuations will be in the news this week. And then this was weird. I was trying to get more, and I was looking at Michael, and he kind of put his arm like he's holding a baby and rocked it. And I said, baby? And he said, lost. So something about a baby lost. And you guys can put those pieces together. Maybe I didn't translate that right. A baby lost? But in the news this week, stock exchange comes tumbling down, waters rushing, news about Russian warships, not to worry, training, ex-CIA exposed, that could be good TV, evacuations, and something about a baby lost. And that's what we have for the Jentel today. So, not to worry, everything's still happening. Yes, we had a delay and that sucked, but we knew it was coming. Told you. And then people are like, like make Mike Vera. A little upset with him right now. That's okay, we fight. We fight. Comes on Monday morning like, oh, well, it's been in a fortnight. Nothing happened. Well, you know what? Sit down. Let's wait. I also said along the way on vacation, I came out with the 10th. But something's going on the 10th. Now we're here on the 11th. Sounds like a good week to me. And if in a fortnight was in 2 weeks, and I got that information 2 weeks ago on a Monday, Tuesday's pretty close too. So that was for the delay. Was that a Jentel confirmed? Absolutely. We did have a delay for 2 weeks, didn't we? Thank you. Sorry, I get an attitude when people start getting bitchy. Excuse my language. Apologize after Jesus. I get a little irritated because it's like, out of anybody, some of these truthers come out, you listen to like 2 hours of infomercials, and you get one line of intel that's very vague. And then they can just, how easy they can say, oh, that was misinformation. I don't get that luxury. You guys expect a lot out of me. I got to come out here, boom, 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 specific information, Jentel confirms, blah, 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 blah. All right? So if you trust in my instincts, I don't feel like it's not happening. I feel like it is exactly what we said it would be, a delay. I did not get news on any further delay at this point in time. Information is always, as of this moment in time, and I think that's pretty good that they gave me rates. That's pretty good. And people say, oh, don't come out and give a raise. Well, if I sign an NDA later, this was before that. Okay? So it don't count. And yeah, you got to be brave to come out here and give dates and rates. But stronger than the storm. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm a pain in the ass. Cussing too much. I've been on vacation. I'm all out of sorts. All right, so let's take a look at the chat. Take a look at that chat. I can't even see the chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying to adjust to the. I gotta do this. I know. I was Janie. I was watching. I saw that. I did. I had. We didn't go anywhere or do anything major on the vacation. It was just like a vacation from answering questions. Is what it was. I was home. I mean, we got the side by side and the quads out and got them fixed up, new batteries and all that. And I just took it. I took the side by side out, and we live in good sized town, right? Um, but it backs up to all this wilderness, mountains and pine trees and lakes and rivers and stuff. And so if you go through the neighborhood, you'll eventually find your way into the wilderness. And that's what I did. So I just went up back that way and just went cruising around the side by side, one day on the quad too. It's fun. We used to do that with the kids until we got a boat. And so for the last maybe 4 years, we've been boating instead of riding. But that's fun stuff. Phil pushing misinformation in his live the other night. No, I don't think so. To be completely honest, Phil's in a position where he has to get on there and do a live because he's made promises to people, um, with to be on and to promote and do all that thing, and that's life. That's business. You know. Um, it's probably like coded. You know how he goes out? I don't think he would come out and lie to you purposely. But it's probably I'm not really good at deciphering the posts and the codes and how everybody this means that and stuff. So it's probably something like that. But he did want to come out and talk about uh, getting your 401ks over into gold, which clearly valid. I just got that we're going to have a rate change and the stock's going to crash. Probably a good idea. It's up to you what to do with your money. That's his deal. That's one of his businesses. That's what he does. I come out here and tell you, actually not often enough. I don't tell you often enough because I talk too much. I tell you to go to jenniferfallaw.com. Book an hour session. Come talk to me. Let's get to the bottom of your situation. I do that too. Some people have sponsors, some people have all that stuff. You just have to make your own assessment on that. I didn't pay enough attention to it and I'm not going to come out here and tell you somebody's lying to you or somebody purposely putting out misinformation, but some of the truthers are told to do that or are trying to say something in a certain way and it comes out as misinformation. So, I mean, that's up to you to decide what he did on that. I do still think he has legitimate source. I've said that from day one. I'm absolutely sure of it. I have my ideas about who it is, but that's really none of my business. So, yeah, I do think that his last life was a lot about business because he was off making movies and doing stuff, and he makes promises to people. Okay, I got to get on there and do a live. What am I going to say? What do I know? Here, let me say it in a way where maybe I can't say that. Maybe I'll say it in a way where I can, and I think that's what happened. Thomas Klein. Good morning, Jen. My son. Oh, I should just click on it. Let's click on it, Jen. Taking me to play bingo tonight. Will I win? I'm not going to spoil it for you if the answer should be no. Do this. See yourself winning. Say B and thank you, God. And create the moment. Create the situation. Oh my God. Are they okay? My daughter Whitney and her 6 kiddos were sideswiped this morning by a semi. Can I get prayers for all of them? Yes. Okay, being hurt. Not okay. That I need more information on that, Lori. Let me look. Everybody's gonna be okay. They were saved. They were saved. Nobody's time to go. That was divine right there. Oh my God. Sorry. I know Lori and the family very well. That hit me. That's scary. Let's see. Hi, Karen. I think everybody's going to be okay. Phil went to Dealey Plaza to film JFK conspiracy. I think he might imply that. Everybody has their theories. Everybody has their theories. And one of them is that he didn't actually die, that he knew it was coming. And I guess I should be more concerned with things like that. But like I said, I'm task at hand. I'm in the moment. I'm like, what are we doing now? What do we got to do now? I'm not concerned with that. That's kind of fun stuff. Those are fun shows. Those are things you do. Like when I did, the moon and Pumapunku, and I did, what really happened to Jesus. Those are fun shows. I will get back to doing fun shows someday when I'm not so focused on what's going on right now with this all stuff. They were saved. Okay. Shoulder injury. Okay. Is that shoulder going to hold up for the trip? Is that what you're wondering? Yeah, put a brace on it. Put a sling on it when you're not using it. Give it some rest. Give it some extra support. But don't go crazy with any lifting or anything like that. Chloe has stopped eating its cat or hard food. Okay, let me look. Does she have a bad tooth? Jesus. What I'm getting is she had some kind of stomach upset, but it was also kind of like very tired, so the wet food was easier to eat. It was just kind of like, well, that smells better. And I don't really have to chew that. So I think she was just had some like kitty thing going on. She had a few bad days there. The ivermectin probably got it. As far as the teeth, there's no real present infection in the teeth. You should have a vet check out the teeth, but I really don't think that's it. Okay, let's see. I may have time for maybe one or two more. All right, let's do this one. My son John got laid off from his job. Will he find a job soon? Have another baby on the way. Stressing big time. John will find a job. I said John will find a job. No bankruptcy. Pulls it out last minute. Yay, Dad. Way to go, Dad. Okay. Well, let's take a look at this one. We got a doggy that Sandy, my dog Maggie, had a scan of her liver because of her weight loss. They found lesions. Do you see it as cancer? They might say it is. It's really not. It's a liver condition that's weakened the rest of her body, so do whatever you can for that. We could try healing on her. All right. I do have a client in 10 minutes. Student. See if I can find one more. James Foster, that's going to take a little more focus. Somebody says, no, that's it moved. Let me just answer that before I go back to the milk thistle. Well, trying to find you. There's no picture. There's no name. Daughter of the Most High God. We're all daughters of the Most High God. You do. I said, will she get a job? I said, Gabriel, who's this person? Will she get a job? She does. So, try. You guys have to remember, here's the milk thistle thing. Guys have to remember that if you sit around and do nothing, nothing's going to happen. That's your free will to experience nothing happening by not making an effort. When you try, God tries along with you, and you get really good results. Any word on the dong? Well, I originally got a long time ago when I was doing the dishes, and I asked Gabriel, I said, when we exchange, how much will we get for the dong? What will the rate be? He said, 4.29 is what I heard. Later, I doubted it. And I said, well, maybe it's 0.429, but I actually heard 4, and he said 0.29. Thank you, Wally, and thank you for everything. All right, one more, and then I really have to go. Shelly Turner, do you see what is going on with my sweet 13-old Doxy? Lump on her neck. It's a cyst. It's the kind that can be drained. Take her in. All right. All right, let's do one more. Mom lost strength in legs, admitted to hospital Sunday, pneumonia, low sodium. Oh, will she go to rehab? If she doesn't have somebody there to care for her, they'll suggest that. They'll send her to rehab. But if there's somebody at home that can take care of her so it's not that severe, she's going to get over it. Chances are she just goes home as long as someone's there. Somebody 1,000% believes is going to be correct about the Vietnamese dog. Somebody knows something. Thank you. All right, guys, I got to go. I've got a student in 7 minutes. Want to get on here? Do a quick show. I will be on again tomorrow on Real News Live with Mike Barra on Rumble. And probably then again, if I have something to say, which I always have something to say, on Thursday at 9 a.m. for Fallawsophy here on Jennifer Fallaw-Doering. Share my show if you can. Don't be afraid. Within our circles of those who know. Go ahead and give me a like. I always forget to ask that. Self-promotion here. Let's do it again. Go to jenniferfallaw.com. Get a reading, get a healing. And listen, all the payments on there are suggested donations. Really. So if you have somebody who really needs a healing and you're like, well, I can't afford it, email me anyway. I'll do it for free. I mean, I'm trying to make a living. Everybody's counting on me over here so they can be okay. We don't lose anything. So I have to, ask for something. If I want to continue to do this work, otherwise I'll just have to drop it and go and get like a real job. But that's no fun. That's no fun at all. All right. Go jenniferfallaw.com. Do not lose hope. Everything is going to be okay. And someday we'll look back on this time and call it the storm. All right. Let's get back over here. Have a wonderful day. Bye.